Okay, so let's do a quick recap about the yesterday session. So yesterday we were discussing about the types of programming languages, and we have seen what is structured programming language, so an object based and object oriented programming language. So Java is categorized under object oriented programming language. So what is typically what is an object oriented programming language? It is following all these features, all the object-oriented programming system features, that is completely called as object-oriented programming language. For example, it has a class, object, the concept of polymorphism, inheritance, encapsulation, abstraction. So we have seen what is the difference between the platform dependent programming language and platform independent programming language. We have seen these things. You know, I have given the high level diagram to understand this, right? So we have started understanding what is Java futures. So mainly Java is platform independent. So we know now, by now we got to know why it is platform independent programming language. So it is an object, oriented programming language. If anyone is asking about the futures of Java, okay, these points would be more than sufficient. So it is an open source, right? It is free of cost. It is more secure. So architecture neutral, portable, right? So these three things would you can use this word Vora. Vora means write once and run anywhere. So for this one and for this one, okay, and for the portability. So these are the theoretical things. Okay, I hope this has been given in the description. If you want, you can copy and you can write it down. And what else we have seen? We have seen about the components of Java, difference between JDK, JRE, and JVM, right? So JVA is for developers. I mean JDK is for developers. JRE is for clients. Okay, when you want to run the Java application, already developed Java, Java code. If you want to run that Java code, you go for what? You go for JRE, runtime environment. JVM is something like it is part of JRE. So we have seen these things in the pictorial representation in the yesterday session, right? So this is how the code flow is. You write a code, right, and you save it with the .java extension, file name .java extension. You give it to the compiler, right, and it becomes .class, file name .class, hello world .class. I mean hello world .java becomes hello world .class. Then you give it to JVM. JVM will execute it and give the output, right? So type S in the chat box, everyone. Can I get S in the chat box from everyone? So we will keep this session interactive. Okay then. Right. So today the topic is going to be the Java installation. After installing this, we will try to write the first Java code, right? So first thing, how to download and install Java. So see, Java is like there are totally 23 versions. Okay, so Java Development Kit 1.0 to first version 2. In the market, there are almost 23 versions of Java. Right. So which version we have to download? That should be the question. Which version we have to prefer? That should be the question, right? So in the market, in the IT industry, 95% of the companies are preferring to work on Java 8 version. It is very much compatible version and it is the long-term support version. So we prefer downloading Java 8, right? You may be asking me why we cannot download the version like Java 11, Java 12, Java 17, everything like that. You can download that, but most of the features they are contained in Java 8 version itself. Okay, it is the one of the most advanced version, and it is the major version. It is the major release. Right, we prefer downloading Java 8. If anyone is asking you how many versions are there in the market, there are 23 versions. So in the industry, in the IT industry, what version you are using in your company? If that is the question, you can say Java 8 version. That would be more than, right? The first one. Why we need to download, how to download and install Java? This is the question, right? So we as a developers, we are going to download Java in the form of JDK. So we are going to download JDK. JDK means Java Development Kit. As I have said already, right? This will help the developers to write the code, compile the code, and run the code. Right? We have to download what? JDK, Java Development Kit. JDK. Let us see these things in action. We go to the Google. Just type JDK 1.8. Right, you get something like this. Under the Oracle website, you see something like this: Java SC 8 archive downloads. Right, just click on it. Right, so you will be directed to the Oracle website. Right, just scroll down. So here you would see Java SC development kit. Means, what does it really mean is Java standard edition development kit. It is called as the JDK. Okay, it is also called as what? JDK, Java Development Kit. So since we are the developers and the testers, we need to do what? We need to download the Java Development Kit. Under this, if you see, there is a big list here. Okay, you have the software specific to the operating system. We have Linux operating system. You cannot download this because most of us they are using either Mac or Windows operating system. Okay, if you are using Windows operating system, just scroll down. You will be seeing something like this: Windows x86 and Windows x64. Okay, if your operating system is 64-bit operating system, right, you have to choose this. You have to download this. Okay, most of the operating systems nowadays, okay, most of the systems they are working on 64-bit, right? So ideally you should be downloading this Windows x64, right? You should click on this. After clicking on this, you will get to acknowledge a page. Okay, acknowledge the license agreement, right? You just check this and you just click on the download. Okay, after doing all this, it is going to redirect you to a page. Okay, to sign into the Oracle account. If you have Oracle account, you can give your email address. If not, just click on create account. Okay, the account, the create account page will be, you will be directed to the create account page, right? Here, one thing I can say: give the valid email address. Give your valid email address. The email address would be valid, right? And choose the password, a strong password, okay, which you can remember, right? The other information can be given. You can give any random information, no issues. This information can be in any information you can give. It is not like you have to give the right information. The right information should be given only for the email address, because an email will be sent, you will be getting an email from the Oracle to acknowledge, to verify the account. So for that purpose, you have to give the valid email address, and you need to choose the password. I mean, make sure that you are choosing the password, a strong password, and you should remember that, right? After giving all this information, right, just click on create account. Okay, after click on create account, again you will be directed back. It will be asking you to enter the email address. After clicking on next, right, the download will be started. That's it. Then the download will be started. Let me show that for you. File new. Okay, I will be sharing this to you, right? So this is the step 1. Okay, you just type JDK 1.8, right? Step 2, you will be directed to you will be seeing this Oracle website, right? You have to click here. Then step 3, you will be directed to the Oracle website. You have to choose this Windows 64-bit operating system, and you need to click here. Then after this, the step 4 is what? You need to acknowledge this and click on download button. Then the step 5 says, okay, then the step 5 says you need to sign in. If you already have created the account, you have to give the email address, or else you need to click the create account option. right? After this, you will be directed to the the account creation page. You have to ensure that you are giving the valid email address and set the password which you can remember, right? Then again, after giving this information, it will be redirecting to the same page. The moment you give the right the username and the password, the download gets started automatically, right? Are we clear so far? I will be sending this to you. Okay, I will be sending this PNG file to you so that you can download it from your site. Are we good till now? Yes, no? You don't type as in the chat box. Okay, good then. Now, right now, focus here. This is very important. Now, focus here. So you will get a bundle, right? You will get what? You will get a bundle like Java. Okay, after downloading it, most of the time it is going to be installed in the C drive, right? Inside this C drive, you can see something like program files. Program files. Okay, so program files. So inside program files, you will get to see a folder called Java folder. Okay. These things will be happening automatically as soon as you start downloading it. You just click on next button. By default, it will be storing in the C drive. Let me show that for you in my folder. Since I have Java already, let me open that. Okay, let me open the C drive. In the C drive, okay, you see program files. In the program files, you see a folder called Java. And if you open Java, it has two things here. One is JDK and the second is JRE. Yesterday we were discussing these things, right? JDK, okay, when you get JDK, JRE is the subset of JDK, right? So when you download Java, you get two things. One is Java development kit to develop the Java code. Second one is Java runtime environment to run the developer code. These two folders you can able to see here, right? And the next thing you need to ensure is click on this JDK. You will be seeing something like a bin folder, right? So inside this bin folder, you will see all the commands, all the required commands that is necessary to compile and run the Java program. If you see, there is a command called Java C command. This command is used to do what? This command is used to compile the Java code. You can also see something like Java. This command is used to execute the Java code. So you do not have to remember all this. So these are the commands that is already available in what? In the JDK kit. Right? If you refer my yesterday's class, you will get to know. I have given you the clear picture about the JDK, JRE, JVM, and the development tools. If you remember something like there, I have mentioned clearly that development tools like Java C and Java will be there in the JDK, right? So now, so the Java has been. Let us assume that the Java has been installed successfully, right? And this is your operating system. Okay, this is your operating system. Okay, you need to ensure that your operating system should be knowing the exact path of the Java location. You need to address them. You need to tell your operating system saying that, hey, operating system, my Java, I have downloaded the Java that is there in so and so location. Right? Where exactly the Java has been downloaded as per in my system. If you see, this is where the exactly the Java has been downloaded. Okay, this is the root. Okay, JDK is there. Inside the bin, you are able to see the developing tool. So this is the path. This is the absolute path. Okay, we as a human beings, we know this is the path where the Java has been downloaded. How we are going to convey this to the operating system? How we are going to convey this information to the operating system, saying that if it is a Windows operating system, you need to tell the operating system, right? Saying that the Java has been downloaded and this is where the location is. How we are going to convey this information? Okay, very simple. You need to place this path in the environment variables. Okay. So go to search and look for what? Environment variables. Okay, edit the system environment variables. So we'll be seeing something like a kind of control panel. Edit the system environment variables. Click here, right? And find, you need to click this environment variables. After clicking this, okay, so you will be seeing two things: user variables for user and system variables. Under the system variables, there is something like path, right? So you need to do what? You need to copy the path of Java and paste it here, so that your operating system will recognize the Java has been installed and it has been there in this particular path. You can see path, right? Okay, okay. Just click here and click on edit, right? You need to what? You need to paste the absolute path. You will be clicking on new. Okay, what is the path? The path that I have, the path where the Java has been installed. You should be, including bin folder as well. Until bin, you need to consider until bin, and you need to paste the path. Right now, the system will recognize that okay, Java is already installed in the system and it is there in so and so path. Right, so this is the final thing. This is the final thing that you can do. Let me delete this because I have already have this path, so I do not want this. Let me delete this. Okay, I'm just canceling this. Okay, so what are the two steps that we have to do? Install Java. After installing, take the path till bin folder. Then you need to inform the operating system that Java is installed in so and so path. So we'll be editing the environment variables. The environment variables, you will be seeing something like path. In there, you will be pasting the absolute path. So this is the absolute path that you have to paste. Okay, till now everything is fine. How can we confirm that Java is recognized by the operating system? How we can confirm that your operating system is recognizing the Java? Very simple. Open command prompt. Right, just type Java space hyphen version. You will be able to see Java version 1.8, something like this. You will be able to see Java runtime environment. You will be seeing these three information. Okay, when you see these three information, it means that it is confirmed that the operating system is recognizing the Java. Okay, this is all about the Java installation. Even for this also, I have separate PNG file. Let me open that for you. Okay, I will be sending this also, not this one. I mean, on the same PDF file. Okay, I have here. Here, you see this environment variables. You click on path, right? After doing that, you just add the path until the bin. Then you click on OK. In the step is what you just give Java hyphen version. Then you get to see this information, which means it's validated that the operating system is recognizing the Java software. Right? So try this. Okay, put some efforts. Okay, try this. Try to install the Java software, so that it will be very interesting for you to start practicing the Java code. That if you listen and if you don't practice, it would be very difficult to. We both won't be in the same page. Okay, I may be saying something, and it will be very difficult to grasp the things. Without practicing, it will be very difficult. So you have to put a lot of efforts. Okay, you need to put some efforts to install this. Can you do that for me tomorrow? Can I get tests from everyone? Have you understood till now what I'm trying to say? Yes, no. Hello, are you with me? Hmm. Good, good. Okay, some people are on leave today. They have some work. Okay then. So, sir, are we done till now? If you ask me, are we done after Java instructions? No, we are not yet done, and we need to install one more thing. Okay, so far we have done this. What you have done? These are the versions. Okay, I have said Java 1.23. The latest version is 24 version, but I have said 23 versions because 24 version is still getting updated. So that's why I did not mention. Right, the versions are from 1.0 to 1.2. 24 version has been released already, but companies not started using it yet. Right? So what is this? I have said, right, the stable version is what, 1.8. Okay, it's the stable version, or even you can use 1.7 also, but I recommend 1.8 version. Okay, you get what? You get JDK. JDK is a combination of JRE plus JVM, right? Whereas JRE is what, Java runtime environment. You will get predefined files inside JRE along with Java virtual machine. Okay, this is all about Java installation, right? So only installation will not work. You need to install the IDE also. I will tell you what is IDE. Let me introduce you what is this IDE. Introduction to IDE. Okay, what is IDE? IDE is nothing but IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. What does it really mean? Okay, IDE is nothing but it is a kind of software application or software tool. Okay, so developer can use this IDE to write, to compile, to run and debug Java code. It will make the things very easier. Making sense? It is just a kind of tool, right? In that tool you can write the Java, you can write, you can compile, you can run, you can debug in an easy way. In an easy way, right? If there are no IDEs, you need to write the Java code in the notepad. Every time you need to write the code in the notepad. That is not the good practice. In the industries, they use IDE. The real-time industries, they use IDE. It stands for Integrated Development Environment. Okay, it will make the things easier. Okay, the key components of IDE is like you have code editor where you write your code, right? You have compiler, you have interpreter, so which is going to do what? Which is going to convert your code to machine language. We will see these things. Okay, if I explain these things, you will not understand anything. First let me download the IDE, then I will start explaining this. Okay, we are going to use the Eclipse IDE. We are going to use what? We are going to the Eclipse IDE. Eclipse is a popular IDE. Eclipse IDE. Okay, you need to download it once again. Okay, in order to download this, go open Google. Let me remove all this. Okay, just type Eclipse download. Okay. You will get to see the first line itself. Okay, there is something like Eclipse, right? The official Eclipse website. Click here, Eclipse downloads. You will be directed to the Eclipse organization page, right? Just scroll down. Under this icon, you can see an option called download option, right? You need to choose the first one. Download x86 underscore 64. Okay, just click here. You will be redirected to another page. There you can see the download icon, right? Just click on download. Okay. After doing this, the download the download is going to get started, right? It is going to take a lot of time. I have already downloaded it, right? So when you just click here, okay, when you just click here, you will get a pop-up. Something like you'll get a pop-up like Eclipse installer. Okay, let it open. It will take some time because okay. So you'll be getting a lot of options here. You just choose Eclipse IDE for Java developers. Click here, and if you hit on install button, okay, it gets installed automatically. It will take some time. It will get installed automatically, right? And you will get an icon like this icon. Okay, so only 5 steps are there. I'm going to give these 5 steps. I have already taken the screenshot of the steps. I will send it to your email addresses. You can also download this Eclipse Reader, right? So how does the Eclipse looks like? Let me open. I have already installed Eclipse. Let me open this Eclipse. Okay, we will write the first Java code. At the time, it will take some time to open. Meanwhile, okay, what we have done so far. Okay, let me explain this. Key components of an IDE. It is a code editor. You can write the code, and after writing, the compilation will happen automatically. The editor is going to help you to do what? It is going to help you to find and fix errors. Okay, it's going to give you a lot of suggestions. Right? If you make any mistakes while typing a code, for example, instead of typing, you just start typing instead of typing class, right? If you have, no, if it is something like classes, it's going to give you suggestions saying that, saying you to do the correction. Okay, so that will happen only with editors, right? Why one has to choose Eclipse Editor? Because Eclipse Editor is a popular choice since it is an open source, it is free of cost. Right? Most of the 95% of Java developers, they use the Eclipse Editor to develop a Java. Okay, so this is the Java download. I will be sending you how did we, I will be sending in the PNG file. Okay, and this is the verification. You can verify like this if the download has happened successfully or not by giving this command in the command prompt. So these are the steps to download the Eclipse, right? So you can do these things by yourself. Put some efforts and do like this. Okay, after clicking on this icon, Eclipse icon, you will be asked to choose the workspace. By default, it will open a workspace. Okay, just launch it. It will take some time. Okay, so today we will start writing our first Java program. How to write a first Java program? So in order to write a first Java program, we have to understand what is a class. Okay? Let us understand what is a class. So class is just a keyword, guys. Class is just a keyword. The class is going to, you should name a class. Naming the class is very, very important. It's class is Java keyword. You should name a class, right? Let me take the name of the class like something like, uh, first program. First program, right? And the class should have a boundary. That's it. How to write a class? Very simple. To write a class, use the class keyword. Okay, and you need to name that class. I'm naming the class as first program, and the class should have the boundary. What is a boundary? A opening parenthesis and a closing parenthesis. Okay, literally I can say whatever the application that you're developing, okay, whatever the logic that you're writing, everything has to be within the class boundary. You can write only within the class boundary. You cannot write any code outside the class. It is not possible. You cannot write anything outside the class. It's invalid. You want to write logic outside the class, right? It is invalid. This one is invalid. You want to write logic inside the class? This is fact. Whatever you want to write, whatever the logic that you want to develop, everything has to be within the class boundary. If you look at this, so this is called as class boundary. Okay, this is called as the name of the class. First program, right? And there are some rules and regulations. There are some rules and regulations in order to, in order to give a name to a particular class. What are the rules and regulations? That you should follow some naming conventions. Okay, please be informed that you must follow some naming conventions. Plus. When I say naming conventions, what is a naming convention? Okay, you know, Java class writing rules. I will give you the introduction about Pascal naming convention and Java class writing rules. First of all, let us understand what is the Pascal naming convention. Then we will understand what are the rules to write the rules to name the Java class. What is a Pascal naming convention? Okay, Pascal case naming convention says that if you have two words, for example, my first application, right? First application. Okay, if you ever want to convert this to the Pascal case naming convention, okay, the first letter of each word should be capitalized. First letter of each word. First letter of each word should be capitalized. Okay, the spaces should be trimmed. There should not be any spaces. The first letter of the consecutive word should also be capitalized. What is the first letter of the consecutive word? This is the first letter of the consecutive word. Right? F should be capitalized first, and the space should be trimmed. Okay, again the first letter of the consecutive word should be capitalized. Okay, this is called as what? The Pascal case naming convention. Have you understood what I'm trying to say? Type H in the chat box if you're able to follow. We'll make the conversation. You'll keep the session interactive. Are you able to understand what I'm trying to say? What is a Pascal naming convention? Yes, no? Come on, we have to complete right in the first Java code. Only Sunita. What about others? Okay, good. One more example. One more example for the better clarity. Right. For example, let us say that ordinary ordinary sentence. First calculator. Okay, or else student application. Okay, so this is the ordinary sentence. Okay, I want to convert it to Pascal naming convention. Okay. First letter of the first word should be capitalized, student, and the spaces should be trimmed. The first letter of the consecutive word should also be capitalized. Okay, this is the Pascal naming convention. So now we have understood what is the Pascal naming convention, right? Now let us understand, okay, what are the rules to name the Java class? What are the rules that you have to follow to name the Java class? Rules to be followed to name the Java class. The question is why one has to follow the rules and regulations to name the Java class. Why it is necessary? What is the reason behind it? Now why we have to give importance to the class names? Okay, let me explain that for you. Let us say that, okay, so we know that, right, the basic rules and guidelines for a namakar. Okay, whenever a child is born, right, whenever think that this is a child, whenever a child is born, we know, right, the basic rules and regulations to practice the during the naming ceremony, we call it as namakar, right? So what they usually do, they consider the timings, right? At what time the child has born, okay, and also they consider the astrological basis, like birth star, like the rashi. So many things are there, right? And they will decide what name to be chosen, okay, so that it will bring auspicious. Okay, astrologically they will be good. So they will take a lot of decision from the astrologer, so that they will decide what name to be chosen, so that it can be easy to pronounce. Pronunciation wise, it should be good. Right? If a baby is born, can I name the baby like 123? Hey, 123. Can I name like that? Or if a baby is born, can I name the baby like underscore, rock star, rock underscore star? Is it a good name? The baby is not born, can I name that baby like what we call it as the rock underscore rock? Or if a baby is born, is it good to name a baby something like ampersand rock star, something like that? No, it is not. It's not a good idea, right? we need to take a lot of care to name a baby so that pronunciation wise it is good. Okay, people should be able to pronounce it, and they will consider all the accepts. Okay, so it is a kind of, they are following some practice, they are following some rules to name a baby. Likewise, even in Java, if you want to name a class, you should do some practice, should follow some practices. The first thing is, okay, they should follow Pascal case naming convention. Pascal case naming convention. First thing, naming. Okay, what is the second thing? The second thing is, the name should never start with the number. Should never, Java class name should never start with a number. Let us say that 1, 2, 3 student. You cannot name a Java class when you cannot start with a number, right? The third thing is, there should not be any spaces. There should not be any spaces, right? And the fourth thing is, you can start the Java class with an underscore. For example, underscore student. This is okay. Okay, you can use only this symbol, underscore student. You cannot use any other symbol, right? And the fifth one is, you can start with a word. You can start with a word like calculator, and in between two words you can use a number. This is also possible. Calculator 1, 2, 3. Okay. These are the 5 rules. Okay, should follow Pascal case naming convention. Should never start with a number, right? And there should not be any spaces. You should consider this. Okay, and you can start with underscore. You can start with underscore. Okay, the numbers can come in it should not be coming in the beginning, but in the middle of the words it can make numbers, but it is not recommended. Possible, right? The same thing I have written here. What is Pascal case? So you have seen this. The first letter of each word is capitalized. There should not be spaces, and the pure Pascal case should not have any underscores or hyphens. Pure Pascal case, right? For example, student details. Is there any space? No space. Look at the first word capitalized, and the consecutive word, the first letter is capitalized. Bank account, perfect. Employee salary calculator, perfect. This is how you name a class. Pascal case is commonly used for Java class names. Okay, now here you see the rules using Pascal case. Rules to write a Java class using Pascal case. Class naming rules. Okay, rule describe example. It says, use Pascal case. Every word start with a capital letter. Okay, example, customer order. Okay, starts cannot start with or numbers or symbols. Car details, okay. 1, 2, 3, not okay. You cannot start with a number. Okay, and bank, you cannot use an symbol in between. Not okay, right? So meaningful, it should be meaningful. You cannot give the blunder names. You should have a meaningful name to represent the purpose. Okay, invoice generator, a purposeful name, not ABC class. Okay, we cannot use any reserved words. Okay, avoid using these are the Java keywords that are already there in Java. You cannot use reserved words. Okay, now we understood what is this. For example, okay, we want to develop, if your team leader is asking you tomorrow, can you please write a class for to accept the student application. What is the question? Can you please write a Java class to accept the student application? Okay. So this is what the information given by the team leader to you. This is your work. What you will be doing? Class is the keyword. Okay. What he said, write a class to accept the student application. You can take the same thing. Student application. A very meaningful class, right? That is representing the actual idea. very meaningful, that is represent actual idea, and keep a boundary. That's it. Right? It is following the, this name is following the Pascal case. It is following the Java class naming rules. Right? Now tell me whether this is valid or invalid. I am saying class 123 student. Okay. Can someone tell me valid or invalid? Is valid or invalid? You can unmute and speak, guys. Yes, invalid. Good, invalid. This is invalid because you cannot start a class name with a number. Valid. Next one is class valid or invalid. Second one. Anyone? Yes, correct. Invalid. Why? Because there should not be any hyphens. Invalid. I hope you are getting what I'm trying to say. Just see these rules. I will be sending. I will be attaching this in the description. You'll get the idea. It's a simple way to name the class. That's it. Just how to name the class. This is how you name the class. Okay. For class, you have this kind of rules, and there is something like there is something like methods. There is something like what methods. Let me tell you what is class. Okay. So class. So a class, it is a collection of methods and objects. What is a class? It is a collection of methods and objects. So inside a particular class, you are allowed to write. You are allowed to what? Okay, let's say that a class student. Okay. Inside this class boundary, you can write methods. You can create objects. You will understand what is a method. You will understand what is an object. But theoretically, when someone is asking what is a class, class is a collection of what? Class is a collection of methods and objects. So that is what I have given. Now the question is, what is a method? Okay, so method is where you actually define the business logic. Method is where you actually define the business logic. You will write the business logic. You will write the business logic to perform any mathematical operations. Okay, to print anything in the console, whatever it is. You have any business logic that will be written inside a method. Again, the method is part of the class. Right? And what is an object? Object is used to call the methods, and when we create an object, it allocates memory inside the JVM during the runtime. Okay, so our knowledge is not sufficient now to understand these things theoretically. Let me write the first Java program. These things will your concerns will be addressed. First of all, understand what is a class. It is a collection of methods and objects. Right. So let me write a Java. Let me open the editor. Yes. Okay. Now the question is, how to write a first Java program. Okay. First, open Eclipse. Open Eclipse editor first. Okay, I've just opened the Eclipse editor. This is how you see. After opening it, this is how you see. Okay. So in the top left corner, you will be able to see something like file. Okay, and there is something like file new, right? File new, and you see something like project here. Okay, click on this project. Okay, I think You see file here, file, new. Now there is something like project. Click on this project and you have to select the Java project, right? And click on next. It will prompt you to enter the project name. You can give any meaningful project name. What we can give? My first Java program. Right? So here, you can keep the same version, or else you can choose what? You can choose Java 1.8 version, Java standard SC 1.8. Right? Then click on next. Okay, then click on finish. Right? What did I just do? I opened Eclipse. I opened Eclipse. Go to file, new project, Java project. Okay. It will prompt you to enter the project name. You can give any meaningful name. Project name. So in our case, I have given my first Java project. Okay. Then choose the version. Okay, if it is asking you to choose the version, choose version like Java 1.8, JDK 1.8. Okay. Then click on next. Click on. Right. So after doing all these things, you will be able to see something like the project name will be there in the left side of the Eclipse screen. Okay, you can expand this. I hope you're able to see this arrow. You can expand this. If you expand this, you will find something like its library. You do not have to touch this. You're able to see something like SRC folder is there. Okay, SRC folder is there. Okay, right click on SRC folder and again click on new. Right now, this time click on the package. Let me repeat. Right click SRC, click on new. Okay, you will be seeing something like a package. Okay. So what is a package now? Why we have to give the package name is like, for example, when I say something like org dot test. Okay, package name should be like, you can give the kind of domain name, any domain name you can give, any meaningful domain name. So if I am giving org.test and if I click on finish, internally what will happen is, so this is the domain name that I have given. Okay, org dot, what is it? Test. Okay, a folder will be created. Okay, a org folder will be created. Okay, and inside this org folder, a subfolder test folder will be created. Right? So inside this test folder, your actual Java class will be there. Java file will be there. The code that you are going to write will be here. Package is nothing but a folder. This is the main folder. Org is the main folder, top folder. Okay, and test is the subfolder. Inside this, you want to place the Java file. So for example, if I am taking something like org.test.abc, if I choose the package name this, so if a folder will be created, the name of the main folder is org. Okay, inside this a subfolder. If you open this, a subfolder will be there. Test, and if you open this, a subfolder will be there, which is abc. Okay. Inside this, you are going to place your Java file. You are going to write your Java file. Java code. Package is nothing but what? Folders. That's it. To place the Java code. Okay. Why we have to create a package? To distribute the Java files in an organized fashion. Okay. For now, just keep it in mind. You have to create a package. You can give the any domain name, any meaningful domain name. It's up to you. You can also give something like, com dot test dot, practice, whatever it is, any meaningful name, right? So what did I just do? I have created a package. How to create a package? Let me give that for you. Right click on src, okay, and click on new, click on package, give the my meaningful domain. So in our case, I have given what? Org dot test. Right? So far good. Okay. So inside this package, again do the right click. You will be seeing something like new, and there will be something like class. Okay. It will ask you give the class name. Okay. What the class name can be? Let me say first Java program. Okay. After giving the class name, you will be seeing an option here. Okay. Public static void main. You need to check this and click on finish. Okay, so don't worry about this public is kind of the visibility for now. Add public in every class. Okay, add public in every class. And if you see something here, this is a method which is called as what? This is the main method. This is going to act as an entry point. It is going to act as an entry point. Whatever the code that you're writing here will be executed. Whatever the code that you're writing inside this main method, it is delivered. I have said now. Okay, inside the class is a collection of what? Class is a collection of methods and objects. So here you can see only class, but inside this class I am placing a method. We don't know what is this method. For now we don't know what is this method. Let me tell you, this is the main method. This is how the main method is going to look like. It has public, it has static, it has void, it has main, it has something like string, it has some brackets here, it has something like this. This is how the main method is going to look like. What is this main method? We'll understand. For now, this is used to execute the business logic. Whatever the logic that you're writing inside the main method, that will be executed. Okay. For example, if I type system.out.println, okay, in the double quotes, within the double quotes, if I say hello world, okay, within the double quotes, if I say hello world, okay, after using this statement, okay, within the double quotes, if I say hello world, right, let me say this. If I run this code, you will see hello world is getting displayed in the console. Okay, whatever you write here, whatever, if I write this hello world for 5 consecutive times, if I write this hello world for 5 consecutive times, if I print this, you get hello world for 5 times. Because this is the entry point. Whatever the logic that you're writing inside the main method, this is the method, main method. Main itself says this is the entry point. Whatever the things that you're writing up here, that will be executed one by one, like from top to bottom order. First this is getting printed, second this one is getting printed, third this one is getting printed, fourth this one is getting printed. Let us say, okay, let me say, okay, system.out. This is a shortcut. I'm using SYSO control space. You will get this. What is it? SYSO control space. SYSO CTRL plus is not the symbol that you have to click. Okay, along with the control, after holding the control, you have to click. You have to click what? You have to click this space, control space at the same time. Okay, this statement gets generated. Okay, now let me do some mathematical. If I do something like 10 plus 10, but if I execute this, first hello world will be printed. Now see the code. Hello world 20 is getting printed. Because 10 plus 10 is going to get evaluated to be 20, right? 20 is getting printed. Okay. For example, let me do something. If I say, now you tell me what will be the answer. Now what will be the answer? Can someone say? Ganesh, Sunita, Parimi, Sindur, everyone. Yeah, 20, 30. This is found to be 20. This evaluated to be 30. Will be top to bottom of it. Right? Now listen, if the same thing I put in double quotes, the same thing I put in double quotes, okay, it is not going to perform any evaluation, right? It is not going to perform any evaluation. It gets printed as it is. If I run this code, it's going to get printed as it is. If I place this in the double quotes, so I can say that whatever the thing that I'm placing it inside the double quotes, whatever it is, let me say hello. Okay, the same thing will be printed, even though you think that the mathematical operation is happening here. It is not, because it is inside the double quotes. Okay. If I print this, we are able to see one space here, because this system.println is printing something empty, nothing. Okay, it is just leaving a space here. It is just leaving a space here, and this is what this is line is empty. Next line is 10 plus 20, and next line is 7. Right? So I can conclude that the main method is the entry point. All the instructions given inside the main method will be executed. Okay. One more thing you have to understand. For example, if I give something like double forward slash, I give something like double forward slash. The statement that is, the instruction that is followed after the double forward slashes will never get executed. They are invisible. Only you see alone. These things will never get executed, because this will be coming under the concept of comments, Java comments. It's coming under the concept of what? Java comments. Okay, let me show the flow. After this flow, we'll conclude this first program. Let me show you the flow. Okay. So this is the Java code, right? This is our Java code. So internally, what will happen is, okay, the moment you click on run, okay, the editor, what editor is going to do is, it is going to store this as the first Java program dot Java. The file name is going to be what? The class name followed by dot Java extension. Okay, the editor itself is going to give this piece of code to the compiler. Okay, I was saying what, this is the code that has been written by us, and the editor is going to store this file as first program.java. Right? So this will be compiled. Okay, these things will be taken care internally. This will be sent to the compiler. Okay. Compiler will check for all the syntactical errors, and this .java file will become what? .class file. Program.class file. After successful compilation, okay, this becomes what? First Java program .class file. After this, the editor, the Eclipse editor itself, the moment you start clicking the run button, okay, run button, okay, the JVM comes into picture. The JVM will consume this dot class file. Okay, and it creates a control thread which is called as what, main thread. Okay, so this main thread will get access to the main method. So this is the main method. So I have said that this is entry point, right? All the instructions inside the main method will get executed. The first instruction is what, allow. Allow will be printed in the console. Okay, and the as soon as it is printed, it goes back to the JVM and the main thread will be destroyed. So whenever I ask you to write, whenever you're writing the code in the Eclipse, this is what happened. What happened? Okay. Firstly, the Eclipse is going to store this as first Java program.java. This is the code that you have written. Eclipse is going to store this as first Java program, name of the class with the .java extension, right? Then the compiler will come into the picture. Okay, the compiler will get activated automatically by the reader. Not have to do anything. Reader is going to activate this compiler automatically because compiler is meant to check for syntactical errors, right? Meant to check for syntactical. It will be activated and it is going to consume the .java file, right? And after consuming the .java file, it is going to generate the .class file. After consuming it, it's going to give the .class file as an output. Okay. Then the moment you hit on the run button, okay, here you have given the run button, right? The green button. Okay, you're getting the console. The moment you start hitting this run button, the JVM gets activated. If JVM gets activated, it is going to consume the .class file that is generated by the compiler, right? And a main thread it is going to create a main thread, which will try to find, okay, this main thread is going to find where is the main method. Okay, this is the main method. Inside this main method, it will execute all the instructions. Typically, the first instruction is what, allow, right? Allow will be displayed on the console. This is the flow. Okay, these many things are happening. These many things are being taken care by the Eclipse editor without having to do anything. Eclipse editor is taking care of these many things internally. We don't see this, but these are happening behind the scenes. Okay, this is what the first Java program is. Okay, so my humble request is to do what? Okay, I will be sharing the PNG files and I will be sharing how to do the installation, and I will also be sharing the notes to your to your email addresses. Okay, kindly take some time and install Java as well as install Eclipse. Okay, from tomorrow the classes are going to be very much interesting because we are going to write a lot of Java codes. That is going to be very interesting. Without this, if you try to learn, it will be very difficult for you to understand. You cannot capture these things. You cannot imagine these things without practice. Right? I hope you will be doing that. If you have any questions for me, you can ask me.